extensive selection of alcoholic beverages may be found at the Crescent Hotel and Spa, which is located in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. In the 1880s, while the skeletal frame of the hotel was being created, it is reported that one of the Irish stonemasons accidentally committed suicide by jumping to his death in the room that is now known as Room 218. It has been stated that this particular room is the most spiritually active room in the hotel, and it has been a popular destination for television film crews for decades due to the high number and quality of ghost sightings that have been recorded. Due to the nature of the inexplicable behavior, staff of the Victorian Hotel have referred to this creature as Michael, which is a categorized poltergeist. This has been the case throughout the historic period of the hotel. There have been reports of guests seeing hands emerge from the bathroom mirror, hearing screams of a man falling from the ceiling, and the door opening and then slamming shut behind them, making it impossible to open it again. As a result of the allure of this activity, visitors had deliberately requested the historic accommodations of Room 218 in order to have the opportunity to experience something. Many of the hotel's workers have reported seeing jovial spirits dressed in Victorian attire while dining in the Crystal Dining Room. At one point over the holiday season, the great Christmas tree and the presents that were placed beneath it migrated from one end of the room to the other while the dining room was closed. The following morning, workers discovered that the tree and parcels had been relocated, and chairs had been arranged in a circle with their backs to the newly positioned holiday sign. On another occasion, when staff returned to the dining room in the morning, they saw that everything was in immaculate order, with the exception of menus that were dispersed across the room. When a waitress peered into the enormous mirror that was located between the doors that led from the dining room to the kitchen, she saw a man and a woman dressed in Victorian attire face one another as if they were engaged in a wedding for the first time. Following the groom's turn and making eye contact with the waitress, the pair gradually drifted off into the distance. The waitress resigned from her work not long after the occurrence of this event. A guy dressed in Victorian attire is seen seated at a table close to the windows and uttering the following phrase, "I saw the most beautiful woman here last night and I am waiting for her to return." This is yet another instance of paranormal activity that is often reported. A great number of people have reported seeing apparitions dressed in Victorian ball garb dancing about the chamber in the early hours of the morning, while the room was closed and dark. During the 1930s, the Erie Hotel in Eureka Springs was converted into a cancer research facility for experimental purposes. Norman Baker, who called himself Drive and claimed to be a registered physician, evaluated cancer patients in the basement of the hotel while simultaneously charging families who were unaware of his actions their whole life savings. Today, the hotel is visited by a number of ghosts belonging to the medical facility. Within the foyer of the hotel, Dr. Baker has been seen. It has been said that he is a guy who is dressed in a purple shirt and a white linen suit, which are identical to images of the notorious businessman. It is common knowledge that a nurse pushing a gurney who lives in the region of Dr. Baker's former morgue is known to squeak and rattle throughout the hotel's corridors. During the middle of the night, a maintenance worker at the hotel saw all of the washing machines and dryers suddenly switch on for no apparent reason. Dr. Baker's former morgue, which still has his autopsy table and walk-in freezer, is next to the washing facility, which is situated in the same neighborhood. According to the housekeepers, Theodora was recently seen in room 419. After the two parties had verbally exchanged courtesies, she disappears after introducing herself as a cancer patient who is being treated by Dr. Baker. The chef at the hotel, Steve Garrison, is certain that he does not consume alcohol while on the job. To tell you the truth, he does not drink at all. However, Garrison may have been seduced by two bizarre encounters that took place in the kitchen of the Crystal Dining Room, which is located in the haunted hotel. He glanced up one morning while he was slicing and chopping vegetables and noticed a little child wearing old-fashioned attire and panties, wearing spectacles that looked like pop bottles, and bouncing about the kitchen. When Garrison turned on the lights to begin the preparations for the day, some or all of the pots and pans came flying off their hooks. This occurred on another morning. Due to the fact that the Crescent Hotel in the Ozarks is home to a multitude of spectral stories, Tours of this historic establishment are conducted throughout the whole year.